What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of the Talkin Stuff podcast, where we talk about stuff. I'm your host, Steven. With me are my co-hosts.
I'm Lorenzo.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm Danny. How's it going?
How's it going, Danny? Get your head out your ass, bro.
Yeah, stop playing around.
I got weird. I was holding my breath that whole time because she said to be quiet. I don't know what to do.
All right. So, what we're doing on this podcast, it's called Talkin Stuff. And that means any range of topics. Nothing's really off limits. Movies, video games, music, sports, whatever's hot in the media, whatever's hot in our minds.
Yeah, we just three friends that just like clowning around, just talking about whatever we could think of. Nothing in particular, just having fun.
Yeah, let's be honest. This is a pro wrestling podcast. We're going to talk about pro wrestling only.
Well, yeah, of course, you know we like Goldberg. You know, Goldberg. As you see, we don't got a fan of Goldberg. Danny does not like him. It goes back to his WCW days.
Ruined it. It ruined it. It's bad.
Kenny Omega is God, though.
God damn it. They need to fucking sign him.
No, they don't.
They need to sign him. He's amazing.
WWE would ruin Kenny Omega.
Well, the rumors is he's not coming, so.
Yeah.
He signed with New Japan.
He re-signed with New Japan, yeah. Not
Yeah.
gross, man.
Dude, I wanted to see the Hardy Boys come.
They're supposed to.
Nah, they said that they signed with Ring of
Honor.
Yeah, I think they signed with them.
I didn't know about that.
It's a,
I thought they were coming to WWE.
That's what I thought too.
They signed a short-term deal. They're not going to be there forever.
Yeah, I think it's only for like a year or two or whatnot, but
Yeah, if you're not watching it, the broken Matt Hardy is amazing.
I saw that video today about that.
It is hilarious. It is like watching a bad '80s movie,
I haven't
but live.
I haven't seen any of those any of the videos he's done or whatever, but I've just seen pictures of him, and he's got this weird like his hair's all puffed out, looking like Violent Ken from SNK versus Capcom.
yeah, that was my first
He
time
looks
seeing that
insane.
new look.
He looks so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it's so over the top. Like he's on WCPW sometimes randomly because he's not just in. Like if you're on WWE, you're stuck only doing their stuff. But if you're in other places, you can get jobs other places. So he works in this.
So he can just bounce back and forth to places.
Yeah, you just make money wherever you want. He's in this English promotion, and like they don't even pretend to give him a script. Like it literally looks like this dude just does like a full line of coke and then walks right in front of a camera and is just like, it's fucking so ridiculous. So ridiculous.
With Matt Hardy, I wouldn't doubt that he does a full line of coke, and then
Yeah, off Alita's ass. It's ridiculous.
I remember when he was beefing with Edge back in the day over her.
I didn't watch it then, but no, I do. No, I did watch it for a little bit. But
Yeah, I think
they
that
had
was
a
right.
streak for like. They had a feud or whatever for like 3 years or some shit.
I didn't watch wrestling at that time either. I ain't even gonna lie, I don't watch WWE that much right now. Like for
Well, I just mainly watch it for
Like-
the pay-per-views because we watch it on
Yeah.
WWE Network and stuff like that.
dude, New Japan though, I stay up till like 5 in the morning watching their pay-per-views. It's
You know, I've never seen none of their matches
dude,
Their
they're
shit's
like
so good.
their shit is super legit.
because I was
It's
looking
really
at like
entertaining.
I saw a list of like the top 10 or 15 wrestlers that WWE like should sign, and like a good amount of them was from
Yeah, dude.
that organization. So it seemed like they got a lot of talent there.
Fucking God, I forget what the pay-per-view was. Some fan I am. I forget the name
Yeah.
of the pay-per-view.
The one that
Yeah,
watches
okay.
it.
Yeah.
But
What's it called again?
Japanese pro wrestling that you pay for to watch.
That's really catchy, man. It really just rolls
Yeah,
off
doesn't
the tongue.
it?
Like,
Yeah.
It
Oh,
sounds
what you
original
watch?
too.
Yeah, it is. But dude, Kenny, hold on, let me talk amongst yourselves.
We've watched, I showed you a video when we were at the fucking B-Dubs or something to show you like his top 20 moves.
Yeah, it was
or
like
some
it
shit.
was like his show me a couple of his finishers and stuff like that. It looked
Yeah.
like he got mad talent. Somebody I would like to see over there, but I just really want Kurt Angle to come back. Like I'm waiting to see one of his matches. I know he's in the Hall of Fame now, but
Yeah, dude. Wrestle Kingdom 11. Yeah, I'm stupid. But
So
him,
That's a lot better than your title.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
it
You are
is.
not a
It's not-
marketer.
it's pretty good.
you know what? I like your title
But
better.
thank you,
Don't hate
Lorenzo.
me.
But yeah, Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada.
What, Okaka?
Okada.
Okaka?
He's the Rainmaker, and he came out, and there was a fucking raptor in his entrance. All right.
Is his finisher the Circumciser?
That was Danny right there. He normally do jokes like that, so I don't mind him.
But the match is like ridiculously good. It's one of the best wrestling matches I've ever seen.
Isn't one of the, because Kenny Omega's won the match of the year 10 years in a row or something?
I don't know.
Or All Japan Wrestling? I don't know.
New Japan Pro Wrestling, man. I don't even know if All Japan is a thing.
You never know. It might be now.
It might be. It could have been in the past and not anymore. I don't know.
But it's on Pornhub.
I don't know. What? What's on Pornhub?
What? All Japan? No? Alright, whatever.
Well, I mean, if we talking about
category,
if we talking about
Hitomi,
Hitomi,
it's in that sidebar that you click on.
if we talking about Hitomi Tanaka, then yeah,
Yamaguchi.
She's a Japanese porn star with giant boobs.
Yes, definitely.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know the name, you know who I'm talking about.
Yep, I do know what you're talking about. Jacks people off with it.
No, she doesn't.
No, that's not her.
I ain't never seen that.
Yeah, it's called FJ. Foot jab.
All right, this is getting weird. All right. So outside of Japanese porn and pro wrestling,
That took a weird turn.
you're the one talking about.
Only you would take there.
It always goes to porn, man. It always.
With Danny,
So that's when you know we're talking about the Super Bowl.
With Danny,
When
it always
he's coming back, and then it derails to that.
Yeah, deflated balls, porn. See, fuck it, it's 3 degrees away. It's always bam, bam, bam. Sorry.
Let's talk about Tom Brady. But first, I saw this chick jerking off a guy with her feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
yeah.
moving right along. Where are you laughing? You're making me laugh and you're throwing me off.
I'm
dude.
sorry. Just keep thinking of someone jerking off Tom Brady with their feet while he was laying in that, when he was sitting in that pose where he was like sad Tom Brady.
As he's releasing air out of football.
Yeah, as he's releasing air out of, it's like Randy Moss just like with his cleats, sorry.
So I'm assuming that's why the Patriots came back and won the Super Bowl, because he had that during halftime.
Yes. Giselle came down, lubed up them feet.
I was going to say Belichick hooked him up, but that's like...
No, that's just straight blowjobs.
Okay.
He uses his mouth. It's like, the coaches give like those speeches.
Maybe Gronkowski did it. He's not busy like playing sports or anything. Cause...
He's always injured.
Yeah. Ugh.
So do you think they should trade him?
They signed Allen. What's his first name?
Dwayne?
Yeah, Dwayne Allen from the Colts.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day.
Yeah,
so
they just signed him. So I think
Bennett's
Bennett's still a free agent. So they're probably going to cut him and just have someone who can't catch take over his spot.
But I don't understand, why would they even go and sign him when they already had a tight end that was doing the job? I think Ben is good.
Yeah, but the Patriots are like super frugal with their money. Like the second someone wants to get paid, they're like, bye-bye, and then they'll just sign some random person. Like it's a revolving door. Like I heard Tom Brady's the only person that's still on the team from the first time they won the Super Bowl 15 years ago or some shit like that. He's the only guy that's still there because it's just a revolving door.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that too. 'Cause I think you are right.
Well, it's kind of like the Spurs in the NBA. Just like
They
outside of Parker, Duncan, and Ginobili, everybody else was like, all right, you're expendable because we can find somebody that we can plug in.
Yeah, just like I
and do your job.
Aldridge and Leonard and all them, yeah. Which me personally,
well, Aldridge and Leonard now they're the ones that took over for the like Duncan and stuff. So
and don't get me wrong, I think the Spurs are still good.
They are. They have a really good record. They lost last night to Oklahoma City, but I think that's like.
I think that's only because Leonard got injured, though.
Dude, that's like back in the day when the Lakers were winning championships and they would lose to Chicago every year. Chicago sucked. It was like they were losing to like Tyson Chandler before he figured out how to play NBA basketball and Eddie Curry.
And then he finally got good and everybody wanted him.
Yeah. It's just like, how the hell do you get better after you turn like 33? But it's just like, hey man. It took him a while, Danny.
I don't know shit about basketball except that Ginobili looks like someone's drunk uncle that just walked on the court, and they're like fuck it, keep him.
Hey,
And he
man.
just keeps playing. Like, he looks old as hell.
It's funny though because
That's 'cause-
he's still kind of sweet though. Honestly,
He's
I
still
think.
good. Yeah,
he's
he's still
amazing, but
good.
he legitimately looks like a guy who just got up out of the stands and they're like, whatever, do it.
He do look like
He
that.
legitimately looks just like
Man.
a normal dude. It's like, whatever, get out there.
Toss him a pair of shorts. Let's see what the old guy's got.
No, he's the guy, you know the fans that show up that are like, to NFL games who are like fully dressed in gear. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, if someone gets injured, I might go in. He's that guy that actually happened.
Yeah.
So he was the lucky one.
Yeah, he was just there in Spurs shit, and they're like, well, you know.
You're
let's
already
get another-
dressed for
yeah.
the game.
He's just in there eating a hot dog. They're like, you.
You know,
Get
spill
down.
some chili out of
In the
his
fifth
shirt.
row,
What?
come
Look at
down
the fuck.
here.
He's like taking a last swig of a beer before he runs down to the court. It's the hair, man.
Yeah, his last name isn't even Ginobili. He was just choking on the hot dog, and that's the name that came. I was like, they're like, Ginobili, get out there. And he's
Ginobili?
like, sure.
Oh, cool. Duh, it's Coleman. What are you talking about?
He's like, can you play? Yeah. I'm like, fuck, I don't care. Get out there. And it turns out, he can't play. He's amazing.
3 years starting JV. It's like, all right, let's see what you got.
You're like in middle school. It's not even high school. He's like, I was actually JV in grade
Well,
school.
I had to focus on my studies in high school.
Oh, you weren't focusing on that receding hairline? Because I sure am.
Yeah, I feel like once you start losing your hair, you might as well just go ahead and take it off.
Just, you gotta go.
Yeah,
gotta
once you
shave
get
it.
to that point, it's like, it's either that or you're like super rich and you can get like hair restoration, but that's it. Hey, Tom Brady did it.
Braun's next.
Yeah. I don't know what he's waiting for.
Me neither.
I don't know what the hell he's waiting. Like, that's what kills me with LeBron though. It's like 1 year I saw footage of him playing at like different summer leagues and stuff, and he had shaved his head. And he looked like a beast. I'm like, dude, just shave your head. Like, what's what?
He went bald?
Yeah.
Like, shaved it bald?
Yeah, this was like a few years ago. He just like he was at a summer league with his head shaved.
I never seen that. I know
Like
I
he had
know
shaved it over the summer, and
Yeah, I know he took it like real short before,
yeah,
but I've never seen it like actually bald.
yeah, dude. And he looked like a beast. He looked like a monster.
It's just weird because he went from being like 18-year-old LeBron James, fresh out of high school, to 30-year-old LeBron James, to the next year he looks like he's 50.
But he's always looked older though.
Yeah, he always looked older
In high
than.
school, high school.
Dude, he ain't got nothing on
Grown-ass
Greg
man.
Oden.
I was,
Greg Oden looked like he could have been my grandpa when he was in high school.
he was a freshman looking like he was 60. I remember seeing him at the cages before though.
Yeah.
It's funny when you see people like that. Like you see him out at the club or something, just
Yeah.
like not actually playing basketball or playing football or something.
Yeah. I remember I was out one night. I saw God, what the hell is his name? He was a wide receiver at Ohio State.
Peter Dinklage.
Wide receiver.
Like back in the day.
You talking about like Chris Carter? Nobody is you?
No, not Chris Carter. Like Demetrius something, maybe.
I think I might know you talking.
I don't know,
about.
but I was like, man, I'm like way taller than you, and you play college football.
You'd be surprised how short some
Yeah.
of them are.
All I remember is him walking by. I was like, hey, I've seen him on the news talking about sports, and then he's like, man, she looks fine as fuck. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, because a lot of receivers, all of them ain't tall.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of them that's short, but they got speed.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Browns signed someone. Sorry, I'm a Browns fan. Just so everyone knows, I'm constantly depressed every year. But the Browns.
Trust me,
had a
I hear
wide-
about it every day.
The Browns had a wide receiver like 2 years ago that was like 5'5". Yeah, you
For
can't
real?
you can't see his face right now, but his face is how your face is right now.
Yeah.
They had a 5'5" wide receiver. They're like, oh, he's really fast. He's good at catching. I'm like, how are you going to catch anything when you're as tall as the guy's nipple that you're getting covered by?
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Yeah.
I never heard him being that
It's
short.
bad. It's bad.
But do we mention he's really fast?
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, he's really fast. He can get all this separation. It's like, okay.
I need to see him to throw him the
One
ball.
of those things, like, he would get, like, a good 8 yards of separation, but the cornerback would just lift their hand up, and even with that 8 yards of separation, the ball still couldn't get to him because he was so tiny. It was like watching a high school player.
Yeah, like I understand a running back being short, but a receiver being that short, like, that's crazy.
That's.
This is bad.
I've always been fascinated by dudes that played undersized. Like, Like Charles Barkley had me thinking I could be a power forward when I was younger because he's like around the same height as me. So I was like, yeah, I could do it.
The people
How
that
tall are you?
I'm like, the last time I checked, I was like 6'3".
You still growing?
Yeah, I'm a grown boy.
How old are you?
Let's not get into that.
Okay. So it's like your 7th growth spurt. Sorry.
he's real. He's not fake. He's not pretend.
Why'd
He's
you
a
bring
real
that up?
person.
I don't get it.
This is Match.com.
Charles Barkley's like 6'4". That's why I thought that.
Yeah, because he was a power forward and he was.
He was a power forward. They listed him at 6'6", but his real height is actually 6'4". Because like when you saw it in games, he would like stand next to Michael Jordan, and he was noticeably shorter than
Like when
Jordan. Jordan was a legit 6'6".
Yeah, people like that, like when you play like center or power forward, you're undersized, like they use their body to help to their advantage.
What would a normal size power forward be?
A normal size power forward, like back then in the 90s, would have been like 6'10". Like a good power forward is like 6'10", 6'11". Then you have guys like Pau Gasol, who's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Or like Dirk.
Meters. What's that in meters?
I don't know.
That's your expertise.
It's 1.7. That's math. I don't know.
Why would you need to know it in meters? Well,
Well, you know, when they play in the Olympics, that's a thing.
yeah, the Olympics is definitely a thing.
Don't they? You told me they have different rules in the Olympics compared to the NBA.
Yeah, because like when you play in the Olympics, you can like go 10. In NBA, you can't go 10. So that's like one of the biggest.
You can goaltend in international basketball after it hits the rim. Like you can knock it off the rim.
Well, yeah, but it's still.
But if it's
goaltending.
like, well, yeah, it's still a goaltend. But if it hits like the backboard, I think if it hits the backboard, they still count it goaltending. But if it hits the rim, you can swat it away before it goes in.
Yeah, in the league you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like you gotta wait for it to be able to like get ready to roll off. Then you can hit it.
Okay.
But if it's over the rim, nah, you ain't getting that off. But yeah, as he was saying though, with the undersized centers and stuff like that back in the day.
That's 2.1. God damn it! I was off by the list. 2.1 meters. Just so you can sleep tonight, listeners.
Well, at least you
That's
tried.
2.1.
6'11" is 2.1 meters.
Just so, all right. It was gonna bother me later tonight. I was like, God, what is that in meters?
That's why I'm looking out for you.
It's people like you
Yeah,
that make his life easier.
that's right. But yeah, so like a normal power forward. So typically Charles Barkley was usually at the very least 6 inches shorter than the guys that were like directly matched up with him.
Now is that like penis size, or see? It's always just one away.
Well, I mean that's
It's always just one because you said 6 inches, and I just immediately went like, he's got a small.
Well, that's for a whole different episode.
hey, 6 inches is average, buddy.
No, he's 6 inches smaller, is what you said.
So he has nothing. So that's
It's like a 2-inch indent. 4 inches is the average size, right?
2.5.
Ninja Turtle Danny.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles. Speaking of Ninja Turtles, those movies are bad.
Well,
I'm sorry. I don't want to be the one to break the ice. I don't want it. This is a controversial issue. Please don't stop listening to the podcast. They're bad, and if you like them, you should feel bad.
well, I
They're
didn't.
actually not that bad. But
I
they're
didn't
bad.
dislike them as much as you did, but I do like the originals better.
How many Ninja Turtle movies are there that were live action movies? Because we've had this conversation for what's more of an argument we've had, and I'm glad you're here to finally clarify this.
I'll school y'all.
Well, I don't know if we have enough time for that.
We've talked about this for a good 3 years now. How many live action movies?
You talking about that the Power Rangers have?
No,
Ninja Turtles.
Stay on target.
We'll
You
talk
were
about
terrible.
Power Rangers.
Well, yeah, there is
It's coming
a
out soon.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna see that too.
Dude, I have to see that.
We'll probably do a review.
Yeah,
Because we're going to do movie reviews. We'll probably do a movie review of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Is it just that, or is there?
I don't even know if it's Mighty
Yeah.
Morphin.
It's
I
just
think they
Power
just call it
Rangers?
Power Rangers.
Yeah,
They dropped Mighty
I want
Morphin.
to say this one is just called that.
Alright. So, how many live action Ninja Turtle movies are there? Because we've had this. I just want to get this out there on episode 1 so people are aware that I'm always right.
Well, you're not always right.
That is correct. But on this one,
I agree with you.
how many are there?
How many are there?
There's two.
Now, are you saying there's two because you're not acknowledging
Part
the
2 is the
third
extended
one?
version.
No, because it goes Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Use.
With
Vanilla Ice is not in the title, but he is in it.
He is in the movie.
But he makes the
I love
movie.
that song. He does. He
He's
also
an essential
co-produced
part
it.
of the experience. Go ahead.
And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3,
yeah, that
Turtles
was
in Time, right?
that was
Or-
the
no,
deluxe.
that's the name of the show. That's the name of
The game.
the game. It was just number 3, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. It was just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
in time.
I don't...
In time, just in time.
Teenage Mutant
They
Ninja
always
Turtles
get
3.
there- They get there in time.
Teenage
Because
Mutant
if they
Ninja Turtles
got there-
3. In time.
If they got there late, they were like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, we missed it.
The second movie was a double disc. I'm just letting you know.
Dude, it was 3 movies. It's not 2 movies, man. It was 3 movies. 1, 2, 3.
Just
Not
because
1, 2. It's not Kill Bill. Like they're not. It's not one movie with 2 separate movies. It's 3 separate movies.
It's true.
I think I know what I'm talking about.
Oh no, man. I was the biggest Ninja Turtles nerd as a kid.
Bragging about your height again. I'm just saying. I'm currently wearing a Ninja Turtle shirt right now. It is a Koi Baby Ninja Turtle
So
shirt.
basically, what you're telling me is that I can't carry on the lie that I've been going on with like how many years now?
You admitted it's a lie. All right. 3 years later, we now have recorded evidence, which I will bring to the Supreme Court.
Yes, world.
Technically,
I lied. There's 3 of them.
there's 4.
Well, technically there's 4. Technically there's 4, so you're
there's
wrong.
3.
If you want,
there's 3.
if you want to count the VHS version of the Coming Out of Their Shells tour,
That was also an off-Broadway production, which is... Have you ever seen that?
my cousin had it. Yeah.
They don't wear their shells.
No, they don't.
It's just a dude with a mask on, and they sing, like, show tunes.
Dude. Okay, first of all, it's not just a mask, all right? It's the full
Is it
Ninja Turtles costume.
But with
Sand
no
shell, because it's the Coming Out of Their Shells tour. How you gonna go on the Coming Out of Their Shells tour and still be having a show on? What the hell are you talking about?
You feel like they would wear a shell to start and take it off halfway through, right?
I can't remember. Maybe they do.
They would have
I haven't
to.
seen that since I was a kid, man. I do remember there's a cool part where Shredder picks on a kid in the audience.
What is his name,
He
Danny?
heckles the shit out of a little kid.
He's like, hey, who's this? And the little kid's like, it's my sister. He's like, what's the matter? Couldn't get a date?
It's like 4.
Yeah.
He's like, Mommy, Shredder's picking on me.
And she's like, shut up! Why don't you ask out some girl from school, you little pansy?
Where's the Turtles at when you need them?
Yeah,
Then Shredder started making out with his mom. It was pretty
Then it
sweet.
went from there.
Yeah.
Don't let Danny answer it because it'll go to porn.
You don't even want to know what he did with his claw after that.
Would you say that he Shredder? God damn it, I'm sorry.
He shred,
Please don't
He
stop listening
shred-
to the podcast.
he
Can we
shred
edit that
her.
out? Can we edit that out?
No.
No, everything.
Sure,
is
yeah.
yours.
Alright, we're editing it. Alright, good. Alright, would you say that he, whatever.
Shredded her.
Yeah, Shredder.
Shredded it her.
But yeah, then there was, they had a live action TV show where there was a girl.
Yeah, there was.
She had light blue. The opportunity to make it pink would make sense, right? The girl would have pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, light blue. Picked up.
Don't
Well-
trigger me. Why does it have to be pink?
Because you
Come
have
with
a
the
character who has blue, why would you make her have light blue? And her shell had tits. I want to put that out there. Her shell had tits, yet no indent. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a kid show, so there wouldn't be an indent where her turtle vagina would be.
She just had a huge dick flopping around.
Yeah,
Hey guys, what's going on? Just swinging around.
I'm one of you.
that's her weapon.
Yeah.
She's like, the bow staff. But yeah, no, it was it was a chick, and her tits were like hard shell, and they like, I know it's a kid show, and it was like just badly acted, but like sometimes you could actually see the actors like not paying attention to what their costumes were doing, and it looked like the Ninja Turtles were just staring at this female turtle's tits.
Well, yeah.
Like anytime she talked, because they had to put their head down. Because if they had their head up, it would activate their mouth sometimes.
Yeah.
So sometimes their head would come up and their mouth would like shudder real quick.
Well, it makes perfect sense too, because they're horny teenage boys.
Yeah, wouldn't you do that as a kid?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's be honest. Who fucked her? Let's just get it out of the way.
Leonardo.
Because he's the leader?
He's the leader.
No, Michelangelo is the coolest guy.
Raph's the badass, and girls always want a bad boy.
Yeah, but Michelangelo is like he'll show her a good time.
So pizza, they'll
Have some pizza, they'll
have
like
some poop. They'll have some poo pizza.
whatever, bro.
But no intro.
Have pizza, they do some drugs, because Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Michael Jackson was getting high.
Well, we can all agree Donatello did not get any pussy, right?
Nah,
He's a nerd.
Dude, he's the lovable, smart guy.
He didn't get her.
He didn't get, see?
But he was getting, like,
Handies.
from other chicks.
I don't know if he was getting them.
Dude, Donatello was getting it.
From the bad guy turtle who had the black...
The Flash?
Yeah, Flash. Yeah, there was a bad guy turtle in the cartoon that had a...
He had a black bandana, yellow eyes.
Yeah, like a snapping turtle. He had little claws.
He was badass.
What was his weapon?
I forget. I know he had, like, a claw on his hand.
Yeah, one of his hands had it, because I had that figure.
Like a Freddy Krueger one?
Kind of like Shredder.
Like a Shredder type one.
Come off.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's all he used as a weapon, because he was just too badass. He was like,
look at this dick, you know
you want it.
all I need is claws on one hand.
That sounds like your inner Schwarzenegger.
Oh, my Schwarzenegger, I'd have to back up from the mic if I'm going to do that. It might pop too loud. Yes, I do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. It's spot on.
Dude, we'll do dueling Schwarzeneggers at one point. Because I got one. We'll save that for when we review End of Days.
If we're going to review anything that he does, please don't make that the first one.
I know.
It's 1999, but if you flip it upside down, it's 666.
Dude, 666 is 999 is 666.
So which...
Ignore the one.
Yeah, ignore the one. I mean, it completely ruins the idea, but to take the one off.
Because then it becomes 6,661.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
So which is y'all's favorite movie of his?
I'm going to I don't want to do like just one.
Mine's is Predator.
The first,
I do love.
Wait, he's only in the
I don't
first
know
one.
why I brought that up.
I'm sorry.
The first one? The first one where he's a mercenary in the jungle, or the second one where he becomes a black cop?
Yeah, he worked with that. He was Danny Glover now.
Dude, the makeup and the prosthetics were amazing. He looked just like Danny Glover.
That was him the whole time.
He was also in Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
He's too old for this shit.
In all of them.
He was in Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
He was
also
in the
played
first
Mel
song.
Gibson. It was... No, if I'd have to say my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie would probably be Commando.
I loved him in Angels in the Outfield.
That's gonna be a running joke now. Hey,
Danny
Glover, because we're gonna run out of material pretty quick. But I'm gonna be honest.
But anyway, go on.
So yours is Commando?
Yeah. Honorable mention to Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, fuck yeah.
When I worked at a pizza shop, I actually hooked up a DVD player to our stereo. So instead of having music play while people were eating, they had to listen to Conan the Barbarian on repeat for the whole day. It was epic.
It's like you're talking, it's like...
Yeah, because people are eating and you're
lamentation of the women.
Yeah, and it's like...
As you're enjoying a stuffed crust pizza.
Yeah, and they're like, I'll have, 16-inch pepperoni. like clang. Like, yeah, it was just the soundtrack.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that music plays for damn near the whole movie, and it is amazing. Oh my god.
Oh man, I do love me some Conan the Barbarian. Fun fact, I saw Conan the Destroyer before I saw Conan the Barbarian.
But is that your favorite one, though?
I would say probably I do love Predator.
So wait, so while you think of that, so you watched the worst one first.
Yeah.
So you saw did you think alright, this really isn't that good of a movie?
No, I liked it. I liked it, and I still like it.
As a kid, it was great. And I own it on DVD, so I don't think I don't like it. But it's clearly, the first one's alright, this movie's fucking badass. You know, we need kids to watch this.
Yeah.
Let's make it more like Willow.
Yeah, but they still had, women wearing some pretty sexy outfits in it. The evil queen lady is always, everything's, always slit all the way down to her, vagina and shit, and it's like
But
showing
doesn't
it
it
on
have
the
like
skin.
all characters in any
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm not saying all, I'm saying in like all
Fantasy.
yeah, 80s and 90s fantasy.
Yeah.
Like every chick, you had to see their belly button.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't know that they're a girl.
But there was
Well,
like a fair.
That's just them showing skin.
I remember a fair amount of
Yeah.
side tit in Conan the Destroyer as well. So that could have been a thing.
Yeah, but it was all Maydays. I don't know that lady's name. I just call her Mayday. The black lady. I don't know her name.
Grace Jones.
Thank
I
you.
think. Is it Grace?
I'm
pretty
sure.
Something Jones. I know she was a singer.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
She was a model.
Yeah. Conan the Barbarian didn't have Wilt Chamberlain as a medieval warrior though.
So he was, and it's hilarious because before that, because I didn't see that when it came out, obviously, but
Yeah.
I saw it way later. I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was like 6'9". I thought he was like, he can't fit in the door. This guy's gigantic. Then they accidentally showed him standing next to Wilt Chamberlain. Because most of the time he stood on a box, I found out, to just make him look close. But there's he looked like if a little kid took steroids and grew his hair long next to a giant black man.
Wilt Chamberlain make a lot of people look small though.
Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain was like 7. He was over
like
7.
7'1", 7'2". Yeah.
Yeah, but Arnold Schwarzenegger's 5'2". He's
Oh,
between
Jesus.
5'2" and 5'3".
He real short.
And there is
Wow.
legitimately one scene where they're standing next to the horses, and his head comes up to Wilt Chamberlain's elbow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's got to be kneeling down, and then it like pans back, and you see him just standing there, and it was like, it blew my mind, because then it didn't make sense how he was so much bigger than everyone else.
Yeah, because when you first, at the beginning, you think he's actually tall.
You think he's gigantic.
Yeah. He was like.
Punches a horse and knocks it out.
He does.
He Mike Tyson did?
Yeah.
No, didn't he do that to the camel?
No, that was a cow.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you said he punched the horse. I know Mike Tyson hit a cow, but I'm just
He
saying.
punched the camel and knocked it out, and then
The camel spits on him. Like.
yeah, he like.
I didn't get
crossed
that.
it.
That scene is weird to me, even from the time I was a little kid, because he's like riding by and he sees like the camel and he apologizes to it for something.
It was one of them just because.
Yeah. Like, listen, I'm sorry about Bavaria or whatever.
It was because in the first one he was super drunk, and they showed him he was like passed out drunk, and then he woke up next to a camel. So it like insinuated bestiality, but it never like.
Okay, so
80s movies got away with some pretty racist shit, because apparently Conan the Barbarian the Barbarian. The Barbarian. He apparently fucks camels.
That
And then apologizes, and then hammer fists them in the head.
after they spit on him.
Yeah.
He date raped a camel. Wow.
I don't even know if he took it on a date. I think he just flat out raped it.
That's fucked
Because
up.
he didn't buy it anything.
It's true.
He bought that girl.
I have seen Conan the Barbarian, by the way. It's just I haven't seen it in a long time, and that scene escaped me.
I watch that movie on like a yearly basis.
Yeah, it is really good.
I couldn't get into it.
You don't like sword fighting?
Yeah, I don't like those like 300 and stuff like that. Like it's hard for me to get into it. Like I'm not saying they're bad movies.
302 is good just because Eva Green is in a really aggressive sex
A
scene.
fight sex scene? Hold on,
Yeah.
before we get on that, you never said your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
I'll say
Eraser. True Lies.
Running Man.
Don't name good ones. We're naming bad ones.
True Lies.
No, I'm trying to help.
I
the
did
man
like
out.
I did like the Jamie Lee
Kindergarten Cop.
Yes.
Kindergarten Cop.
Kindergarten
shit.
Cop.
I
Did
did
you see
like the
part two?
Jamie Lee Curtis dance scene in True Lies as a kid.
I jerked off to that scene when I was a kid.
Yeah. Of course.
And by kid, I mean like 3 weeks ago.
It's like, oh man,
I thought you
sweet.
were meaning about like last night.
It's the lady from Halloween, and she's wearing the thong. It was
That
great.
scene was super hot.
I would say Predator. I really like Predator a lot.
Nothing wrong with that. That's my
Yeah.
favorite. I will allow you to copy me this time. Next time you can't do that.
Thank you.
They are coming out with a new Predator.
They are.
Next year. And
I heard about that.
in Logan, which we'll be talking about on a podcast coming up soon. In Logan, the bad guy with the cyborg hand, the arch enemy for the first half of the movie before they decide to go to another one, and then another one after that. He is one of the main characters in the Predator movie.
So
The actor or that character?
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is he playing?
Just his cybernetic hand.
Just a hand.
Just a hand.
It's like
No,
Thing
it's
from the Addams Family.
Yeah, it's just a metal hand just walking around. But yeah, no, that actor's supposed to be in that movie.
Oh, cool.
Sideline.
That should be good.
I was on IMDb for
it's
way too long.
It's fine, man. But I was gonna say, another side fun fact about Conan the Barbarian, I didn't see either movie. I saw the animated series before I saw either of
Get
the
the
movies.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You saw the animated series.
I watched the animated series like every day before going to school. And then like I thought like I started watching the movie, I was like, alright, sweet, there's gonna be Serpent Men and Star Metal and the Phoenix is gonna pop off of his shield.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, must have been incredibly disappointed.
Yeah, there's gonna be the wizard guy.
Was amazing as a kid.
Yeah, the cartoon was really cool.
It like made Thundercats look shitty.
There's gonna be like the wizard guy and his brother and sister that were transformed into wolves.
And none of that was in there.
None of that was in
goddamn
there.
thing. There's like 3 special effects.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointing.
And one
wasn't
of
it?
them's like, oh, this guy turns into a fog.
Yeah.
That's this wizard's power. He turns into fog. And I mean, he turns into like a giant monster that you have to smash mirrors to kill later.
No acid rain or nothing.
Nothing.
I
Just
did
a fog dragon. It's just fog. It's not even dragon.
I did like I would have liked the final villain in Destroyer to actually turn into like the god that they were trying to resurrect, and then Conan fight the god. Do you remember what they did?
What are we talking about?
Conan the Destroyer.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I did like, because back then a lot of the big thing was check out this guy in prosthetics. Like, this guy in a suit looks way better than your guy in a suit.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff, because if he did transform all the way, it would have just been a normal dude with a horn on his head. But yeah, not to go back to dicks again, but I really wanted him to rip that thing off his head and just shove it in his crotch.
That would have been. It could have been like an interesting play on
or
the scene.
stab him with it or something.
Could have been an interesting take on the scene in Goonies where they break off the statue's dick and then glue it on like upside down.
Yeah. That would suck if your balls were above your penis.
It would.
Alright, let's get weird for a second. So if your balls were above your penis, when you peed, would you have to like push them to the side like how a girl puts her hair like around her head to the side? Or would you lift them up?
Oh, I don't know. I think it could.
Or would you like split it down the middle?
I'm going
pigtails?
for a middle split, I'd
A
say,
middle
because it's like the rest of it's just supported by the shaft.
I don't know if I got no comment on that one.
This is an interesting conversation because if your balls were that high up, they also, because I was gonna get weird, but like the skin, falls down so that they don't overheat and all your sperm doesn't. So this is turning into a health class. But yes, all your sperm doesn't just like cook. But if it's on top of your dick, well, clearly this is why it's made that way. But if it was on top of your dick, let's say some bad things happen.
Your sperm would be cooking.
Yeah. Shoot us some hot.
You'd be like, be draining threes from all over the place.
Long range.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting picture. I'm gonna Google that after this.
Yeah, it would be.
I'm gonna stay away from that.
Well, I mean, I hope you stay away from it, but
Oh, another interesting thing. I saw Ghostbusters 2 before Ghostbusters 1.
I wouldn't marry my wife until she saw the first Ghostbusters.
Really?
Yeah, she told me she never saw it. I was like, give me the ring back.
Give me the ring.
And then she actually
You
had
know
to
the
watch
sad-
it that week.
You know the sad thing about that is I believe you.
No, I'm not. This is not a joke. This is 100%. I was like, I will not marry you unless you've seen Ghostbusters. And she sat through it.
So this is not you
She
just
was not
talking.
a fan.
She didn't like
She
Ghostbusters?
was not a huge. I mean, she didn't dislike it.
Yeah, she's just not.
It didn't have no horses in it.
That's true. She is. If it doesn't have horses in it, she's not into it.
Yeah, that's like her thing.
Yeah, all about horses. It's
Not Ghost. Not that.
yeah. It's She didn't like dislike it, but she was like, it was okay. But it was also like when I'm telling you, like, this is the best movie ever. If they ever remake
Yeah.
this, I'm gonna like just freak out. And yes, I did when they remade
Oh,
it.
interesting. Interesting you should bring that up, because I'd like to get your thoughts on that. But at another time.
Well, there is no thoughts. I've never seen it. So
You haven't seen it?
No,
He refuses
I refuse
to.
to see it.
I watched it.
I did too. I didn't think it was as bad as you said it, that you made it to be.
The special effects
But-
looked like Haunted House.
No,
with,
I'm not.
Eddie Murphy.
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted. Thank you.
You're right. It did
Haunted
kind
House
of like
is
that.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But it was. I didn't hate on it. Just put it like that. I didn't think it was that bad.
I wanted.
It wasn't a great movie. I'm not saying it was a great movie at all. I'm not saying that.
You heard it here first. Lorenzo loves the new Ghostbusters more than the original.
I was gonna.
Oh yeah, it makes
weird.
the original look like why.
I was gonna say I didn't. We can go into it deeper on another show and talk about it, but just
I'll watch it
yeah.
if we're gonna actually talk about the. I'll
just
watch it.
just my baseline opinion on it right now. I didn't think it was the worst movie I've ever seen, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, that's how I feel. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. And I wanted it to be good because I think like I think Kristen Wiig is funny,
You guys are really selling this movie to me. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
but it's bad.
But it happened. It happened. I sat through it.
No, but it's pretty bad though.
I just feel like when they make movies and if you've seen the originals or something that's tied along to it, why not see it?
Yeah, it feels like, well, there's going to be a longer version of this in some other podcast, but it feels like some things shouldn't be remade. Even though literally everything is getting remade, rebooted, sequeled, there should be some things that it's like, okay, you can't beat this, let's not do this.
Bro, with how movies is and stuff like that, everything is going to eventually be remade. It's just how the world is today. Like, stuff we wear.
Possible, dude.
Like what happened.
Like kids now I see wearing like flat top fades. I'm like, dude, that's like this thing 90s.
That's Nino.
like
You talking about the
Nino
Nino
Brown.
Brown?
Nino Brown was rocking that in 90s.
He was rocking that in the corner.
Like 92, 93, man.
But the way is just everything is gonna come around like a circle, bro. It's gonna come back. So movies getting remade, you just got to deal with that.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying though, because I thought you was just hating on it because it was girls doing it instead of
I don't
dudes.
care if it's girls. I don't
But-
care. It would have been nice if they were like their daughter. Well, also I didn't see it, but it would have been nice if they were like their
But
daughter
all
or
the
something. Or
All the original actors kind of had a play in it that
yeah,
you would think of, so they was kind of in it.
So future maybe Ghostbusters remake talk, maybe future episode talking about remakes in general and ones we like, ones we dislike, perhaps.
yeah. We could have
Yeah.
a remake episode where
But-
we just remake this episode and talk about how great it is, and then
exactly.
make you pay full price for it.
Yeah, totally.
Why not?
So, until then, this has been the inaugural episode of Talking Stuff. I think we talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we bounced around. Hit
A
lot of
little bit.
subjects.
So, yeah, I'm Steven,
I'm Lorenzo.
I'm Danny.
and that's Talking Stuff. So deal with it. And please come back and listen again.
Yeah,
Oh,
please,
bye-bye.
please don't leave us. Oh God, don't do that.
All right. All right. Later, everybody.